back to work. Okay, everybody, let's... Huh?
So this video is about a no-mind state which comes with an exercise. It's like an exorcism that you do. And this exercise is an integration between the tongue and the eyelids and the sun, in order to create an oil, like a crystal oil, that is coming to all of your body and giving you an holistic experience of health. So first of all, let's say when we see SpongeBob, we actually see the Manipura. He's the sun of the show, right? So we want to use the sun, we want to use the sun rays in order for us to create the oil of happiness. And if you look at Patrick, which is like a pentagram, it is a representation of the tongue. And the tongue itself is something that we should acknowledge as an organ by itself. And this organ is controlled. And not only that it is controlled, it is controlling our organs. It is an organ that is controlling organs. So let's talk about the integration between those tools of consciousness that we can use for our benefit.
Ready!
The single scoop strawberry cone with a chocolate dip. Just look at that concentration. Oh, a little shaky on that entry. But just look at that form.
Look!
כשאנחנו נותנים כבוד או אהבה למשרת העילאי, לבובספוג, או SpongeBob is the sun and Patrick is the tongue, okay? And when we connect the both, we are kind of relinquishing or dismissing our bacteria that we ate. If we ate ice cream, if we ate pizza, it doesn't matter. The sun devours everything, okay? This is the pie of Hanuman. And this pie is actually, it's not to be devoured, it is devouring, okay? So if we want to let go of our biome and to create a new body, then we need light in order for that to happen. And the best way to conceive and the best way to connect to vitamin D is through the tongue and the eyes. That's the best way to create this oil that the body needs for it to function in higher dimensions.
Hey, SpongeBob, want to go jellyfishing?
Sorry, Patrick, I can't. I have school today.
What am I supposed to do all day while you're at school?
I don't know. What do you normally do when I'm gone?
Wait for you to get back.
Most dogs, their tongue is sloppy, right? And it's like going down. And the tongue is a representation of your body. So what we need to understand is that we are not the dog, okay? We might love the dog. We might love you so much. And we might also see that the tongue, it needs to be controlled. If it's not controlled, then your body is not controlled. If you can control your tongue, you can control your whole life. You can really control it in a yogic sense, like meditate upon the tongue, meditate upon the saliva glands and the pineal, which is the upper triangle, the upper heater. You got like this triangle, and you got this triangle. Okay, the kidneys and the bladder and the pineal and the saliva, salvation glands. So we can use it if we are using the tongue as a muscle. Okay? Put your tongue to the palate, to the palace of your calcium. So you put it to the roof and you use the na. Na is a syllable. Make you kind of silly, but this syllable is meant for you to integrate between SpongeBob and Patrick, between the sunlight and your tongue.
alchemical sexual alchemy. There's 33 vertebrae in your spine. There's 33 years in the life of Jesus Christ. Yeah. So this substance comes from your medulla, makes the trip down your spine to your sacrum, which is Christ coming down into human form. Yeah. And if you don't squander that essence, that sexual essence, it ascends again and goes back up to heaven, which is your thing. It's also the story of Santa Claus. Why he comes down the chimney is because this juice or this whatever substance actually passes what's called the claustrum, which is where they got Santa Claus. So it goes down the chimney and back up the chimney.
Studies that I read show that blinking did play a significant role in the increased dry eye disease, and they found it twofold. One, it contributed to meibomian gland dropout, where your oil glands in your eyelids started to atrophy because they weren't properly functioning very well. And number two, it caused a poor quality tear film over the surface of the eyes. How the eyes are supposed to work is when you blink, your eyelids will touch each other. It'll grab the oil from those oil glands and spread a thin layer of oil right over the tears, the lipid layer. And that lipid layer is there to protect the tears and the eyes, and it keeps the tears from evaporating off the surface of the eyes. So not only was incomplete blinking causing current dryness as people were staring at their screens, but also in the future, because of that meibomian oil gland dropout, was going to cause more dry eye problems, more dry eye disease in the future. So even telling people to blink more might sound silly, and may be one of the key factors to help people with their dry eyes, especially in the future. So if this is something you wanted to incorporate into your daily life to see if it's going to help you, let me show you some programs that you can get on the computer and your phone to kind of help you, remind you to do these blinking exercises.
So before the integration between all these exercises, I will just show you the one revolving around the eyelids, which is the most delicate muscle in the body. So what we're gonna do is, like, we're gonna look at the sun and then go to the Shimbawi Mudra, like going to your third eye. And you're doing it while you're doing the exercise, but this is just to know how to gather the oil with your eyelids. So in this no mind state that I will show you the exercises that you're supposed to do to get this kind of frequency, to get this kind of waves, the meta waves of your brain. In order to reach this, in order to approach this system of part relinquishing exercises, we need to approach in a holistic intellectual way, right? In order to beat the intellect, you gotta approach it with intellect. So because we cannot jump higher than what we are supposed. Everyone is in his own platform, his own level, and his own degree. So when we are looking at, let's say, G-forces, okay, we are contracting with G-forces. So concussions, they can occur in 90 to 100 G-force, and most people, when they sneeze, they get to, let's say, 3 G-forces. Okay, when you up the chi, when you up chi, when you get the chi up, it's usually 3 G-forces. Right now you're on 1 G-force, okay? You have the force that is working on your body is 1 G-force. When you're sneezing, you have an up chi, you're raising the chi up, you're having 3 G. So this exercise is kind of like a 3 G exercise, okay? It cannot really harm you. You need to do it gradually, okay? So some people, they can withstand even 40 G and nothing will happen. Let's say like boxers that get punched in the face, this is like 40 G, okay? And most boxers that, like really professional ones, they do this exercise. They do this exercise, but they don't do the blinking, and they don't do the tongue. They do only the G-forces on the neck. So when we are working with the G-forces in this exercise, yeah, this movement, I'm gonna show you how you do it. Then you are working with the gallbladder meridian, and you need to do it very calmly because you are working with stones, and these stones can be dissolved using water that come from your salvation glands. So it comes from Patrick actually. It comes from the enlightened Patrick. So for you to get this integration, you gotta use the body, the oil body, the body of the oil that is coming from SpongeBob, from the sun. Okay, so when we are actually doing this rotation, we are communicating with the membranes, because when we are using centrifugal force, we are kind of detaching the red blood cells and the pallets and the plasma, the ultraviolet plasma. So what happens is that you got in the membranes, you got in the outer and the inner linings, you got these things that's called cell membrane. Those who are outer, the outer layer, they are hydrophobic, and those who are inner, they are hydrophilic, which is water loving. So when you are doing this exercise, you are actually getting water in your brain. You're actually getting to have more water in the inner lining of your membrane, cell membranes. So because you're working with your cells when you're doing this exercise. And so yes, let's have a video about blinking, and then we'll go for the exercise. After we gathered some vitamin D to our core, now we can send it to the peripheral areas. So we started with the blinking. The blinking is very crucial for your betterment in no mind. So you just go with the blinking, start looking at, gaze at the nothingness in your pine. Yeah, I'm in the kneeling stage right now. I'm doing Sija, which is like Vajrasana. Just going on my knees and kneeling. And now I'm approaching the pine using, I'm approaching this salvation glands and the pineal gland, okay? And the way to do it, to approach the G land, is to go into G forces. So I throw my head and I let it just bounce back. So it's like this. I just throw my head. While I do it, the tongue is on the palate and I'm blinking, and I can breathe as much as I want. I can go into a breathing routine, like and in 20 seconds, not more than 20 seconds, you are reaching no mind state. You are reaching theta healing. When you are doing this, you are reaching a stage that you cannot reach using your beta waves, your egocentric waves. When you are putting some G forces on your glands, you are actually enhancing your glands. You're getting them to be better for you, for your personal experience with your body. So integrate between your eyelids, tongue to the roof, and this exercise, which is just throwing your head to these areas. Once you are getting these frequencies of your salvation glands, there's no problem with your vertebrae. Your spine will take it lightly, easily. You will see it will get your spine to be stronger, your spine to be much more enhanced, and you will feel like you are in a higher spiritual, more spiral ritualistic dimension. The air that we breathe is actually real in this exercise. So I wish you the best of luck in this journey.
Okay, thanks, buddy. I'm going to my club meeting now.
What's your club?
It's the Empty Head Society. It's a place where guys like me can give their powerful intellects a much-needed rest.
Whoa, I'd love to rest my intellect. Can I join?
Sure, anyone could join.